Hi, Dory. 75 here, everybody drives 80, 85. We don't. We're on our way to Yellowstone. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and we're all having coffee.
Righto.
Righto. And a cappuccino. And where's my teaster? What are you having?
Saturday, June 13th, 1998. 50,250 miles on the burb. Hey, our first trip out west has just begun, and as you can see, it's in the car. Sorry for the sloppiness. Oh well, here we go. Our second long-distance trip in the car, but with a little twist. Instead of going east, we're heading west, and I can't wait to get somewhere cool. My parents predict the approximate length of this trip will be 1 month.
I'll tape it off for Dad so he can see it when we get home. What's it? Oh, it's where you're going to Yellowstone?
Same place for Mom.
Lovely windshield wipers in every picture. No, don't, no. We don't want them doing that. Really, honey.
Or red just. Why is there American
Let me see.
flag?
Oh, yeah. Oh, here.
Flag.
Oh.
I can't live here. Someone went
More and push it.
Someone went down there and put the flag up.
All right, let's go. Snowballs you usually make in June.
Badlands National Park is famous for its mixed grass prairies, its fossil mammals of the Miocene and Algonquin epochs, and its human history stretching back for 11,000 years. Light and the color change hourly on the subtle pastel colors to be blended into a sunset moments before dark.
No, I can't see that anymore. Okay.
These are the Ellie Mae bars.
They're good.
They're good.
Real good. Real good.
You just gotta wrestle with them.
They're good. That's their first time.
Take it, they're hard.
There's 3 ingredients.
I got a pee-pee. Gigi.
Wall Drug Store, South Dakota. Established in 1931, little did the Houston family know that the Wall Drug Store would eventually become the world-famous drugstore, offering free ice water to thousands of tourists daily.
Mount Rushmore. The rays of an early morning sunrise cast a rosy hue upon the 4 presidents' faces. This majestic symbol of America's greatness and durability celebrated its 50th birthday in 1991.
Cody was founded by Buffalo Bill, and as I write, I'm laying in a cabin that his niece built in the early 1900s. Our next stop was the Great Dam, a gorge in the mountains. As we stood on the top of it, we looked straight down 350 feet to sharp rocks and shallow water below. A pretty weird feeling. Dad was pretty uneasy because of his vertigo. As Terrence stood on the guardrails with the video camera and panned straight down, just up ahead was the start of a Rocky Mountains, the biggest thing I've ever seen.
The Crazy Horse Mountain Memorial. The popular Fighting Stallions bronze is a larger-than-life-size enlargement from Korzak's 18-inch high African mahogany original. An unusual aspect of the sculpture is that both horses are balanced on the tail of one horse.
Monday, June 15th, 1998. Trace DS. We woke up in our hotel to the beautiful sight of the Rocky Mountain foothills, all with many patches of snow. We started driving up the foothills at tremendous elevations with sharp turns and little fences over the cliffs that were totally vertical. These hills were covered with pine trees and as far as you could see.
Elephant Head Lodge. Located 11 miles from the east gate of Yellowstone on Highway 14. It has all modern cabins, restaurant.
This is Wyoming.
Hey, Taryn. A very spacious cabin.
Hey, back up, you're in my spacious cabin.
Move on to the bathroom.
No suitcases allowed.
No suitcases allowed. We have... That's it. Our whole cabin.
We are at the Elephant Lodge.
I cannot sleep in jeans. I can't sleep in jeans, okay?
Hey, Big Bear.
Mom, give me some jeans.
No, put on your underwear.
Mom, I can't sleep in... And he's Jack, and like, he's not our friend because he's a bunny.
This is Lake Butt.
Lake Butt.
Lake Butt, and it's so cloudy you can't even see the lake. We're in a cloud at 8,000 feet. And it's very cold.
The Grand Teton National Park. The tight concentration of tall peaks and pinnacles is called the Cathedral Group. It's been described as a choir of shimmering granite spears soaring high above the nave and transept of the valley below.
Tuesday, 16th of June, 1998. Day 4. We left Elephant Head early after breakfast. On our way into the park, we were looking for animals, and on the side of the road was a moose. It had big antlers, and it wasn't in any hurry to cross the road. These are the local wildlife elk. Taryn and Quinn's cousins.
I got weird butts.
With weird butts, just like Taryn and Quinn.
The snow came over town. It's pretty cool. This is a ski lift over here. Right up there. It's a license plate game, and we're supposed to find a bunch of license plates. And I found a bunch of them. And these are all the license plates I found.
Wednesday, June 17th, 1998. Day 5. We got up early and went for a 10-mile raft trip. It was cold and raining, but we did get to take a great scenic trip down the Snake River. The river is moving at a fast pace due to the runoff from the mountains. We didn't see any big animals, but we did see many birds, pelicans, herrings, eagles, osprey. Taryn and Quinn and I got the chance to row the huge boat, filled not even to the max with 8 people. It was a lot harder to control than I had expected. There were a few times that I thought I was going to crash the boat. In the afternoon, we were going to take a tram to the Grand Tarhagani Mountain, but it was foggy with zero visibility. So instead, we went for another day of shopping in Jackson Hole. We all bought more stuff, t-shirts, things, and then went out for...
Interior view of the Old Faithful Inn and chimney. 500 tons of hand-quarried lava block form this 80-foot chimney, which is 14 square feet at its base.
Yellowstone geysers, and it smells like rotten eggs. Stupid people have been scalded to death here, I guess. That's what that sign says right there.
We entered Yellowstone and it started to snow. And then it snowed and it snowed and it snowed. It didn't stop until around Yellowstone Lake.
4,000 boiling gallons of water a minute.
You're good, girl.
Hi. What do you want?
Throughout the rest of the park, we saw bison, elk, and small geysers. After Yellowstone, we started through the Grand Teton National Park. The fog started to lift, and we enjoyed some of the most beautiful ranges in the Rockies.
Look at his head.
Then we went into town square to see a gunfight put on by the locals, which was pretty cool. Then we went back to our hotel, the Snow King, which is located near a ski hill that looks like it was completely vertical.
Oh, that hurts. Thanks, honey. We're looking in the kitchen.
I got a lock him in.
Thursday, June 18th, 1998, day 6. We entered Montana. The scenery got better and better.
We still have the Ellie Mae bars. Sound of those delicate little Rice Krispie bars. Oh, honey, would you care for one? Dad, would you care for a? Here, babe. Oh, there's a hair hanging on this one. Nice, Courtney. Oh, I can't give that one to Dad.
That's for the bus bison.
There you go. Try that, baby.
Oh.
The Ellie Mae clapping bars.
Can I get a close up on that, please?
Still good.
Okay, Eddie.
3 ingredients. Which one did she
I
forget?
don't know. Rusty, what you doing back there? Making a pop. Audrey?
Ella. Cheers.
The Firehole River flows north from Madison Lake to Madison River. The name Firehole dates from the early 1830s, and it's probably the park's fifth.
This postcard was sent to Gigi LaPlante. I bet you remember when FDR started this project. We toured it today and found it quite interesting. Went 50 feet underwater. Heading to Vancouver today to eat some seafood. Left 1 week ago today, gone 2,300 miles.
Grand Coulee Dam in Washington. With the addition of the third power plant, the Grand Coulee Dam became one of the world's largest hydroelectric power plants.
Saturday, June 20th, 1998. We stopped at what looked like to be a popular overlook. When we got out, there were tons of chipmunks running around. We thought it would be fun to feed them peanuts. And we went down to another dam called Diablo. It was 500 feet straight down on one side, and my dad was freaking out. He was going to barf all over the road. He told us back away from the edge because something like a bird might startle us and he might fall off. Everyone was laughing super hard at how scared he was.
This is called the Washington Pass, and we're going to see what is up here.
Automatic.
Hi. I got
18 years tomorrow.
happy fix.
Her leg is hurt.
The best video camera person in the world.
I think you are.
I know I am.
How about some rice cake?
Mount St. Helens. The May 18th, 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens sent 540,000 tons of ash rocketing into the stratosphere. Ash was measurable more than 900 miles to the east, and trace amounts circled the Earth for 10 days.
Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 1998. We decided to tour Vancouver Island, so one of our first stops was the Royal British Columbia Museum. It had many exhibits with the land.
Where? Sydney. You poor, poor children. Here. Courtney said, oh, look, there's a volleyball out there. Oh, I mean, it's a buoy.
Okay.
And show Courtney's.
I'm going to show you Courtney's story. Oh, wow. Let's get a close-up on that one.
The one she just made.
And the one she just made.
We're selling that for dinner tonight. We're going for Dungeness crabs out of the trash cans.
It's what Courtney does. This is what Courtney does in her spare time. She plays the fishing game.
This is the Washington State Ferry. Mount Baker in the background, Puget Sound, Washington.
This is the ferry line. All these poor suckers are trying to get back to the U.S. like us, who almost got held up in customs. Because we don't have horses. Aaron smells like...
I smell like roses. Right now. Do you know how to play Game Boy? This is Game Boy.
It looks familiar. It's the Griswolds. Oh, I gotta have it. Yep. So you got immigration.
Okay, guy comes to ask those children if they're mine, because we don't have birth certificates, and Quinn's asleep. Funniest thing we ever saw. Yeah, they're mine.
That's the hotel we stayed at. Really neat place. $50.
This is Officer and a Gentleman. It's filmed here. What does he say? Where are you from, son? It's with Lou Gossett. Where are you from, son? Richard Gere says, I don't know, something like North Carolina. And he says, oh, they're from North Carolina, Steers and Quiz.
Yeah, right here is filmed.
Yep, right.
We walked up to the Courtney Street sign, and I got my picture taken with a beautiful background of homeless people picking through the garbage. What a sight to see.
Limekiln Whale Watch Park, located on the west side of San Juan Island, is Limekiln Watch Park, the only park in the nation that has been established to watch whales.
This is the Washington Bulb Company from Mount Vernon, Washington. They are the largest growers of tulips, daffodils, and irises in the United States.
Monday, June 22nd, 1998. That afternoon, we took another ferry over to the Canadian island, Vancouver. Victoria is the city. We went to the Butchart Gardens, which was the biggest de-weeded garden I've ever seen. It was hard to find any flaws in the whole place. We spent the evening there, and I walked around in the darkness with only the lit path, individually lit areas in the green and red. We found a hotel at 11:45 in Victoria that night. In our room, there were earwigs all over, and we were all grossed out because it was really hard to sleep. A constant threat of something crawling in my ear, mouth, or nose wasn't all that comforting. Earwigs must have come from Quinn's pine cones because we didn't have any in our other rooms. And then we drove into the Hoh rainforest. Pronounced Hoh. Who was thinking when they named this place?
The Hoh rainforest. Should I run and hide right now? Go get myself a tent in the woods?
We went on a hike in all the Hall of Mosses Trail, which was really cool. A lot better than I expected. There were trees in the rainforest over 600 years old and over 300 feet tall. It was amazing. These are the biggest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Some of the trees were so big, you could climb inside of the root systems. After the hike, we drove for a long way until we were back in the Pacific. It was a really cool.
It's how many Suburbans? Oh, geez. There's T. She's hanging in the car. How many miles, John? How many miles have we gone?
31:55.
On day 12 in 2 days. Well, no. We left on the 12th, it's the 25th, day 13. Okay. We're still sort of together here. Today we went to Mailboxes Eck, and what did we do?
We unloaded the car.
Sleeping bags. Sent them home. I was done camping. I camped in the most beautiful places in the world, and I got a little wet, so I sent all of them home. Camped in Tetons and Yellowstone and all those places.
Right.
It's and you can't pump your own gas here. All gas must be pumped by
A retard.
a six-toe.
By a toothless.
Billy Bob. Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, pump your gas. Stay in your car, son. Pump your gas.
They do kind of talk like
Oh,
that.
Daddy never been here before.
You ain't never bought gas, no gun. It is kind of toothless here. He's such an idiot. We're all dressed for the beach, but you can't go to the beach. We like Washington, right?
Check this out.
Yes. Right? San Juan.
We like our private
Did we forget Taryn? What? Well, Taryn hasn't shut Game Boy off since we left South Dakota.
Taryn has seen South Dakota since.
Yes, he wants me to film all that water. Okay, tell me about the car you saw today, honey.
Oh, the one with plants growing out of the windshield.
With what?
Had plants growing out of the windshield.
Out of the trunk, oh my.
Curb your dog and park and mow your car.
And what else about Oregon do you love?
I love being flipped off.
And what else?
The state bird is the finger.
And what else? Oh, the obvious man. We were in Seaside. Kids can't go anywhere near a bar. We dropped them off at a feed store. John and I went in and had one beer before our dinner that night. We saw the ugliest man. Kimmy, you'd be proud. He was worse than the guy up north, Lori B.
Right. I told the kids I'd see Sasquatch, but not in a bar.
He had hair. I thought he was in a fire. I thought he was in a fire, but when I got closer, there was no fire. He was just ugly. He had hair, long hair growing out of his nose, his ears, the side of his head. He was just awful.
Proof of human evolution.
Yeah, proof that humans evolved.
And what's the state? What other state symbols do we have here, honey?
State shop, on. State route, unmarked. State sign, RV park. State tree would be the stump. State home is mobile. State perfume, B.O. State name, Billy Bob.
This is the six-stone country.
State car, used. State gas station, limited service.
Yeah, you can't pump your own gas here.
Tuesday, the 30th of June, 1998. We drove Highway 1 until we came across an old working lighthouse. We decided to check it out.
Sea lions.
140 feet.
My ears are popping!
The Sea Lion Caves off the Oregon coast, year-round home of stellar sea lions off U.S. Highway 101 near Florence, Oregon.
There we saw the lens and all the mechanical areas that made the lighthouse work. It was built over 128 years ago and withstood the 1906 earthquake that leveled most everything else for miles, including San Francisco.
Surf and rock meet in a spectacular fashion at the Point Arena. The lighthouse is now open to the public
Our
for
next stop in
tours.
this friendly state was Newport. We checked into a hotel near the beach and went down to get a nice tan and swim, or so we thought. The whole place was about -50 with gale force winds and a sandstorm all in one.
The banana slug gets its name from its bright yellow color. Found in the damp, foggy coastal forest of the Pacific Northwest, banana slugs eat vegetation, thus speeding up the decomposition and soil building process.
That stump there, it jumped out in front of me and
Yep.
it grabbed my leg and down I went. And I crushed my boob and my knee and everything else.
Tetons look all right.
Now, Quinn, no, don't get your tenors wet. This is where the Lost World was filmed, right in here. The Lost World Jurassic Park Part 2.
Follow me. And it's not the biggest, it's a small one.
Did you go up the size of this?
Very.
They don't come off?
Slime. Slime does.
Oh!
With a slug? Can you see its eyes? Yeah. And then there's this breathing hole. Ah, okay, now go do something whenever you want to do.
Hold on, I'll take one more.
Dinner!
Let's get it off. Slime not coming off.
No.
What? What?
Sorry, Mom.
Taryn Len!
What?
Turn unstuck.
Where are you?
Don't turn off the video camera and get me unstuck. I'm serious. Turn it off and get me unstuck. I can't get it off. Damn it. Thanks for not trying. Shut up.
Set aside for
Wow. Just beautiful. Hi! We're hoping for sun all day today and we're gonna sit our butts on the beach.
Mom, it looks like it's
Big weight.
into yourself, yeah.
Here's my
follow
stupid sister.
it. Do the hood.
Turn white.
Sunday, the 20th of June, 1998. We finally left Oregon and entered California. At the entrance, the scenery wasn't much different than Oregon. We found an inlet and tossed out all of our old shrimp into the ocean while the seagulls feasted on them. Then we drove a ways down until we found a beach without wind. Amazing, but cold water and big undertows. After we were freezing and went to check out somewhere else, on the roadside were elk, tons of them, 3 feet from the car. We got
The Little River Inn in Little River, California.
Come on.
I thought I was fat. I'm not so fat anymore. Don't I look skinny? Do I look skinny, Card? Next to the red? You can't even see me, can ya?
That is a big log.
In 1148 AD, this tree began growing near Jordan Creek, at the north end of the Avenue of the Giants. It was 839 years old when it fell in 1987. The height of the tree was approximately 300 feet. The average diameter at its base was 9 feet, and it probably weighed 320 pounds.
I'm pre-marking.
Live trouble.
She gets 2 seats, Mom. I'm sitting in this seat.
The fight. Separation of the two people. They're still fighting.
Water, ice water, ice water. What is it? Time for a commercial break. Bye-bye.
Tuesday, the 30th of June, 1998. Next stop was Bodega, California, home of the 1963 classic horror film, The Birds. We saw the old schoolhouse where a few scenes were filmed. My mom had borrowed fake birds from the general store,
Yeah, give me that one. Give me that.
and they all laid and pretended the birds were attacking them and ran down the street posing for pics and screaming, while I, the smart one, stayed in the car and videotaped.
Oh my god. If they only knew how stupid they look.
John, I'll get it. Yeah.
All right, God, move away.
The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge.
Wednesday, the 1st of July, 1998. We stayed in a motel just outside of San Francisco, so when we got up in the morning, the first thing we did was drive over the Golden Gate Bridge. It was pretty cool, and we finally made it to San Fran. To our left was Alcatraz Island and the Bay Bridge. Our first stop was Fisherman's Wharf. We had walked down to Pier 39 and did some shopping and went to breakfast at Skillet's. Then we went back out for more shopping, bought tons of cool stuff, and stopped at a seafood market and bought fresh crab and prawns. We walked down the street towards the Canary Wharf, but we stopped to have a cartoon artist draw our faces. It was really cool. When we got to the Canary, we bought a Pelican chocolate bar and we got in line for the cable car. When we finally got to see where we were hanging off the bar and going down the huge hills, everyone thought Quinn would fall off.
We're gonna have a fight here. We're gonna have a fight in the aquarium. Got that on tape? Yeah. Good.
Saturday, July 4th, 1998. We drove from the Monterey Bay, hoping to get all the way to Salt Lake City, Utah. On our way, we stopped to one of the 2 Bear Valleys in California. It was a very nice ski resort town, population 150. The lakes were just frozen here 6 days ago, and the snow just melted.
Say where we are.
Punch it.
Where are we?
Out of Eli,
Eli, what?
Nevada.
And where are we going?
Almost to you.
We are going to Utah, Salt Lake.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
What are we hunting for?
Oh, that's the snake.
Jackalopes.
Went floating here today. Seeing so much, I can hardly remember it all. Kids keeping journals, so that will help.
Monday, the 6th of July, 1998. We put our suits on and everyone started to get in, but Taryn. She was afraid of the only living creature in the lake, brine shrimp. She needed someone to hold her hand, and even though the whole lake was only about 4 feet, give or take, I was amazed when I laid in the water. Instead of sinking, I floated. With the exception of the Dead Sea, the Salt Lake is the saltiest water mass on Earth. After about 15 minutes, when everyone else was still floating, Taryn finally tried it. And of course, she loved it. We all expected the Salt Lake to be salty, and not as strong as it
Holly's
was.
driving.
Right. Coming up.
Oh my God, I gotta go through there.
There.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
The Confusion Mountains.
When is it gonna end?
Honey, you have to take about 5,000 feet.
I wanna go
To get
back
through
to
there.
like,
Where's the tunnel?
Verona Road. Guys, give me my Brooks and Dunn CD. That'd be great for right here. You betcha. Oh my God, Courtney, roll down your window. Oh, jeez. Oh, and that's on tape. Ha ha ha. We'll show that to the next boyfriend.
Scenic byway.
Oh, this is awful. You'd think we were in Oregon or Mexico.
This is on the state highway map.
Over 25 miles. Still. I can't get off.
That's if we're on the right road.
I'm falling and I can't get off.
God, it's scenic though.
Yeah, it's lovely. Lovely place. There's a hermit back there. Ted Kaczynski's twin lives in the back. We're going to Silt. Doesn't that sound lovely?
And we're 25 miles out of Silt.
I'll still love him in the morning.
Let's hope this baby's not washed out somewhere up here.
We're on our way to the largest man-made open pit in the world. Mom, Taryn, and I weren't very excited, but it turned out to be pretty cool. The hole was so deep that the Sears Tower could only reach halfway up the hole. We met an older couple who wanted to know where were we from. We're from Wisconsin, my dad said. Oh, are there any holes in Wisconsin? They said. Dad, well, the biggest hole I can think of is Beloit. Well, my grandfather founded Beloit, said the woman. I was gonna burst out laughing. Out of all the people and places.
There's the Felly Hotel.